Okay, when it's completely off, you'll have to do this. Accept all. Agree to this. It may come up with battery low. Just press the OK button. Hit View Map to see exactly where you're at right now. Hit the back button over in the left corner. And so we're going to go to a saved address in the Little Basin Creek area. So we go where to, hit saved, pick a street. We're going to pick Badger Lane. We're going to go to 30 East Badger. If we wanted to see really where that was, we weren't sure, we could hit routes and it'll end up showing the car is where we're at, or fire truck, and gives you an idea of where you're going to be going.
Please drive to highlighted route. In 1/2 mile, turn right on Little Basin Creek Road. In 1/4 mile, turn right on Little Basin Creek Road. Turn right onto the unpaved road.
Which it doesn't know it's not unpaved.
In 1 mile, turn left on East Badger Lane.
Notice at the top, it shows a left-hand turn in 1 mile, and it'll be called Badger Lane. Notice on the bottom in the center, it's telling you what road you are on right now. To the left of that is showing what your speed is. And of course, to the right of that is your time. The screen will always rotate towards the direction you are going.
Turn left on East Badger Lane. Arriving at 30 East Badger Lane on the right.
Okay, we're going to go from East Badger Lane up to the fire station. And sometimes the GPS has a little quirk which you will probably hear. So we're going to go where to, saved. We want to go down to Little Basin Creek. And probably the last one, although Little Basin Creek Fire Hall.
Please drive to highlighted route. Turn left onto the unpaved road. In 1.5 miles, turn left on Little Basin Creek Road.
This is one of the glitches. You'll see where it says turn left on Little Basin Creek Road. For some reason, it has split Little Basin Creek Road. While we're taking this nice little drive, if you go off route, it will recalculate. As an example, if I want to go from my house to Dewey and Harrison, most likely the GPS will tell me to turn left on South Montana and go to the freeway and take the Harrison Street off-ramp. If I feel I don't want to do that and I know there is an alternate and better way, I can just turn right on Montana and go to whatever that road is, Howell or whatever, and it will recalculate and give me another route. And usually it'll tell me to turn on Washoe, left on Washoe, which is by the swimming deal, and to Dewey and down Dewey. So if you know there is an alternate way that would be better when responding, go ahead and make that turn, because the GPS will catch up with you. If that makes sense. Now down on the speed, while we're talking about this, before we get to this turn it's telling us to make, on the right-hand side above the time, some streets, roads, and freeways, it will post a speed limit. It does not mean that that speed limit is correct. So probably if you get out on the freeway outside of Butte, it will probably tell you that the speed limit is 75 miles an hour when actually it's 80 miles an hour. So do not rely on that. Just know what it means when it pops up. Also, see the set speed or the speed. Well, hold on here. We're going to come up to this turn. Oops. And my other camera fell off the dash.
Turn left on Little Basin Creek Road.
For some reason right here, it thinks this is a different road. Okay, these GPSs are not infallible. And if memory serves me, it doesn't do this going on the way back.
In 1 mile, arrive at Little Basin Creek Fire Hall on the right.
Now, going back to see my speed limit at 30. If there was a little sign popped up above the time on the right, and it said 30 miles an hour, if I got to, and we'll speed up here, it won't do it because we don't have a speed limit sign, but if I got to 31 miles an hour, if I got to 31, I got over the speed limit, the speed on the left would turn red. to let you know that you are exceeding what it thinks the posted speed limit is. Another feature of this is when you get into town, if you get near some schools, because it doesn't have all of them, it will beep about 4/10 of a mile before the school, and up at the top there will be a colored orange or yellow banner that will let you know there is a school zone coming up, and it will count down the mileage until you get to the school zone, just to let you know that there is a school zone there. This way you're not wondering what the beep beep is as you're driving along if you happen to be in town and the GPS is on.
Arriving at Little Basin Creek Fire Hall on the right.
Okay, if you'll notice on this one, if you'll have looked up at the left-hand corner, it did not announce that until, whoops, we're sliding again, until 140 feet, where the Badger one, it did it much, much further away. Don't totally rely on the voice command. Glance over and look up at the top. And then here's a perfect example. This has voice activation, which I think I will turn off, and you can actually navigate doing that, and it does not work very well. As soon as you hit your destination, your routing information will clear. Now that was how to use the saved. All of the streets on Little Basin Creek and off of it, and the whole Beef Trail area, except for a couple of houses, which I couldn't find out their numbers, are programmed into the thing. Over on Standby Creek, over off of Basin Creek, those houses have not been programmed in yet. I plan on doing that, and all of the GPSs will be updated. If you know an address, you can turn around and say, where to? Then select address. It's first going to ask you the number. So we're going to say 122. And then say done. Now it's going to want to know the street. We're going to go on South Main. Would it be South? Whatever it is. So I'm going to put M, A, and if you'll notice at the top, it's giving you suggestions. I, still don't see Main, N. Now we can either hit next, or if it was main boulder or main drag or main entrance, we could hit that without having to type the rest of it in. But since it's Main Street, it's going to calculate Montana and Idaho. And it's thinking, and it's thinking. And there is no 122 Main Street in Butte. So we're going to go back. And let's just try 121. See what we get there. Even if we don't get something that's correct. Okay, there is no. See how it's 121 Main Street, but it's Carter, Montana, and it's 151 miles away. Here we go. 121 Main Street, Butte, Montana, 7.7 miles away. Then there is a 121 North Main Street, Butte, Montana, 7.8. So we now have to pick whether we want South Montana or we want North Montana. And so, or Maine. So I'm going to say South and say go. And then it'll do the calculation.
Please drive to highlighted route.
And there you go. So I think that about covers it. Okay, when you're done on the big pumper and on the Mini, since they have master switches, what will happen is when you turn those master switches off, there'll be a second, and then you'll get this: external power has been disconnected, and the GPS will automatically turn off. In the two brush trucks, you'll have to pull the cable until I wire up a receptacle that is set to the switch. You'll have to pull the 12-volt cable out and just let it hang there to turn the GPS off, and you're going to want to do that.